Alright, hello everybody. How's it going? Ready to start for once, I think. I think we're ready to start for once. I'll check something just really quick. I noticed when I turned I unmuted my microphone, kind of hearing you were kind of hearing the music twice. You may not have heard it, but it was definitely being picked up. I don't want that, but considering we're back to audio production, I have to, I'm not wearing headphones for this, so we're studio monitoring everything. And, yeah. So, I would first like to say, happy Touhou Holiday Day, happy 9-Day, happy Cherno Day, whatever we want to call it. I won't be participating this year. Normally what I do is I try to make a song, like, on that day, and get a video out for it. Yeah, no. I'm choosing some priorities, and, I'm deciding to work on this album that I've been working on for 3 years now. To be fair, it is Touhou related. Like, this is a Touhou album. It's just not technically Cherno. So we got that. It's just the older Touhou games. But anyway, I will say, sorry if you hear something. I don't want to be that guy that eats on stream. But I am eating on stream. I am, I have some popcorn. I technically just ate dinner. So, alright. Today, the agenda is once again working on the drums. I know I did say I kind of got to a point where I liked them last week, but I worked on them a little bit more, and I ran into some major issues that made me have to, pretty much redo the way I'm doing the whole processing of the drums. At least for the ones that are actually using, like, a metal drum kit. And, So if you look down here, everything pretty much looks the same. But we have added a track. So we have separated the snare drum from the rest of the actual drums on the kit. So the rest of the drums, like the kick, and then right here, kick, this guy, which is, technically all of this. This is all kick drum stuff. And then all of the toms, all of the rack toms and the floor tom, all three of them, they're going to this compressor right here. So they're getting a different kind of they're getting compressed. Yeah, they're getting compressed. Sorry. And then the snare drum, which is all of this stuff here, is going into its own separate compressor, which they look pretty similar, but they have different levels of compression on them. And more or less, we're sending these tracks at different levels to that compressor, so it hits harder. In particular, the snare bottom. The snare bottom is actually, if you think of like what a snare drum is, it is pretty much no different from like a rack tom or a floor tom, except like its size, obviously. The main difference is that it has wires underneath it, and we call those snares. We call them snare wires, and when you hit the drum, the top of the drum, the bottom of the snare drum vibrates against those snare wires, and that's why you get the cracking, the actual like snare drum sound, right? So we're sending a lot of snare bottom to this compressor to get it nicely crushed. And then we have over here in the bus area, we have also separated the kit. This is where the actual separation of the kit is. So snare has its own bus completely, then the rest of the drums, and then the cymbals also have their own separate bus now. So I'm doing 3 different kinds of processing to each section of the kit. And I was doing this because with what we when I kept working with what we had last week, I ran into issues of like just weird stuff, like the cymbals were still being into there, but they were running into a reverb way too loud. Same thing with the kick and like the toms, they don't really need to be going to a reverb. So I just kind of made the decision to just, okay, let's stop, let's just redo the whole kit. And it took like an hour to build. So probably total like an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, like 45 minutes of just trying to figure all this shit out. And then like an hour to actually build everything out. But yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff now going on. Everything is very nicely separated. By the way, this track is Bad Apple. Yes, that Bad Apple. I'm doing more of the original arrangement, which actually now I think about it, I've already shown this track on maybe not on stream. I don't remember if I did it last week, but I definitely have played it solo in a YouTube short. And you guys seem to like that. So, I'm sorry, I'm stuffing my face. Yeah, I got this track pretty much done, I think. Really, I was just, how the only way to find out whenever you've done this stuff is actually completely go through all the processing of everything and get everything all rendered out, and then you go listen to it on, like, consumer-grade audio setups, things like your earbuds or your car's speaker system. If you have a standalone speaker system, sure, do that. Heck, your TV speakers or your TV soundbar if you have one. It's to just do that kind of stuff. Listen to it on as many different devices as you can, and you take notes, and then you adjust based on those notes. And I'm pretty sure what needed to happen here was there was just way too much kit. So, like, if we play it right now, I'll play this section. Maybe. So you hear it's just really, really snare drum forward. Sorry, I adjusted my mic. I'm a little bit closer to you now. So what we really just need to do is just need to take these three and just turn them down. Yeah, so we got some weird stuff going on. Maybe bring the bass up just a little bit. Oh, I just realized I'm not doing a thing, and it's making it... Oh, never mind, I am. Or, well, I thought I was. Apparently I'm not. Hold on just a minute. I am sorry, chat. But you can't hear me when the music's going. Oopsie. Let's see. Let's turn that to there. Don't need to worry about output gain. Just need to do something like that. Something like that. Sure, why not? Probably like 2.5-ish seconds. Anytime I'm opening my gullet, pretty much, you're gonna get stepped on. Like for every 1 dB I go over that, you're gonna go down like 3 dB. Sure. We'll try that. Oh, we'll not do that. How about that? Yeah, there we go. That's effective enough. Get boosted. Did the snare drum get boosted again? No, not really. Okay. That might be okay. Maybe just tap it a little bit. Something like that. And then that one's pretty much done. So what I need to do right now is I need to actually swap projects. I'm not going to do some rendering out on stream. I am going to go to this guy real quick. I'm still here. I'm not leaving. I'm just, I'm swapping over projects. Well, really, I'm loading up a new project. Because we're going to go over to... We'll go over to this one. Yeah. So how's it going? Just waiting on that to open up and we'll get going. And you're not going to be able to hear it for a little bit because I gotta throw up a plugin on it as well. So you just need a quick second. Let me swap over something here. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's loading. It's almost there. There it is. That one. There we go. Welcome back. This is Alice. I have Alice Maestra, which we've heard. It has been played on stream, but it's it's currently in the not right state. So let me get. Oh, sweet! This is already here. Nice. That. Do that. Just do a little test really quick. Can you hear this? you can hear it. That's amazing. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're back in this one. All right. Let's go ahead and start separating everything out. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a track in here. This is going to be snare. That's snare comp. And this means this guy. Technically, this guy and this guy need to not be there. All right. This needs to go in here. And then this is pretty much a copy paste of all of these. Instead of actually just copying the bus over, I'm going to just drag them. And we're going to change its color because this is drums. And we're going to make it, where's red? There's red. There we go. All right. Let's see. What else needs to be changed? Nothing right there yet. Let me go into here. I'm going to add 2 other tracks. So that's going to be drums. This is going to be snare, bus. Not to be confused with air bus. And then cymbal bus. Not to be confused with gimbal bus. Yep, sure. Change them to red so I know that they're drum buses. And okay. Here's where I'm going to actually... no, not yet. Not yet. Reverb bus 1. Wow, there's a lot of different reverbs on this thing. Oh, I know what those are. Okay, right. Okay. No, I marked them specifically for what instruments they're going to. So this is room reverb. And this one is plate reverb. What's up, Slice and Ichijo? How you doing? Slice of life. Slice of everyday life. Alright, let's go to... Let's copy these. Actually, let's copy those and these 3 from the other one into here. Maybe this will work. Last time I attempted to do this, I was getting weird, like, error messages. And it wanted to, like, ignore a track existing. So let's see what it does. This. Yep, again, it's just... That's not where you go. You go to here. And then you're a drum bus. Please actually work. It's going to probably ask me a bunch of stupid... It didn't ask me a bunch of stupid shit. Okay. This program is called Reaper. Are you familiar with any kind of like audio production stuff? I assume you at least have a little bit of an interest in it. You clicked on a stream that's titled Music Production. But I figured I would ask. Alright, grab that. We need to get this stuff leveled out. And this is the part that scares me. This is the part that's probably going to screw up. Let me just try all of it at once and see if that works. I really hope it works. Comp wants to go to nothing, even though a track literally named comp exists. Do that. Yeah, because you want to go there. That's not where you go. You go to snare comp. That one. Please work. Holy crap, what track is that? Send 1, that's the drum bus. Methinks. I hope. Where's the drum bus? Drum bus. And then send 1 on hi-hats. Now that is cymbal bus. First sin should always be the boss. I think. Okay. Oh. Interested, yes, but I haven't gotten further than messing around with FL Studio. That's good. Okay. So this is Reaper. This is a very personalized version of Reaper, I should say. Reaper, if you don't know, is it's probably the cheapest available like digital audio workstation out of the ones that you like actually pay money for. It's free to download the program, but you have 30 days, as a trial. And you have to buy a license for it. It's just a one-time buy. It's $60 for a personal license, and that lasts you the next two versions of Reaper, or no, the current build plus the next one. So like we're in what are we on, Reaper 7 right now. I bought this license. I had to rebuy my license again because I bought one in like Reaper 4. Reaper 4 or 5. So I will get 7 and 8 included in my license, and then once Reaper 9, version 9 comes out, I'll have to rebuy it if I upgrade to it. Well, yeah. Reaper is, when you first get Reaper, I'll show you this real quick. Here's what it typically looks like. The blankest of blank slates. As a matter of fact, that's not even accurate because there's a skin and like edited graphics and stuff. Like there's a different theme on this thing. It's not everything default. I don't want to redo everything, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, but pretty much you have to make all your tracks and everything else like that and set up all the routing and things like that. But I've already done that, and nice thing about it is it does let you do things like project templates, Lifesaver, which you can't actually see now. Anything about it? Why can't you see that? Ooh, right, because it needs to be a... No, it's capturing this window. It's just weird. Huh. That's fun. Interesting. But anyway, we're going to start the god-awful process of trying to mix this stuff in the current mix now, so... Oh boy, I apologize to your ears. This may, I mean, it's going to sound bad, but it may sound loud. So actually, we'll do a little preliminary... Just shove everything down. Holy shit. Oh, wait, I haven't done the thing. I have not done the thing yet. Snare drum. You don't need to go to the drum bus. Not that. You need to go to the snare bus. Snare bus. Where's snare bus? Boop. Alright, now you sending? And what is your problem? Got that. Let's turn these off because we don't do that. We don't mix like that anymore. In fact, what we need to do is go in here and copy these three specifically over. This is the headache. This is the fun part. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Is that any better? Well, technically, yes, it is. But, I fucked up the stuff. This goes nowhere. Bass bus goes to bass bus. Where is bass bus? Lead and clean. Rhythm guitar goes to rhythm guitar bus. That was where the mistake is. That one. There we go. And then the funniest part, I'm not actually sending keyboards to anything. Go ahead and copy those over. It's like, if you think the intro is good now, wait till you actually have all the instruments in it. Let's see. Maybe you don't need to go in that hard on it. Oh, there's no clean guitar. That would be why. Hang on. I was like, man, that's like we're missing a layer. What's going on here? Not that one. All right. Something else isn't right. Alright, where is that stuff? Oh, okay, I see what that is. I see what that is. Why is... Oh, that's an interesting decision. Why are reverbs being sent that way? That doesn't make any sense. How about we try again? Ah, okay. Right, we have several things to adjust. For one thing, synth leads are sent to the right spot. They're just really, really loud with the reverb. Send that there. This synth lead isn't even going to a reverb. Oh, that's because that's a collaborator. That will be why. Let's take a listen real quick. I don't think I should want it on reverb. Alright, here's the place we can actually check if this piano is right, which it probably will not be. Yeah, you don't need to go there. In fact, you don't need to go there either. If anything, these need to go to a room. These need to get a room. Here's what they need to get. really, but... Maybe we go full insanity with it. Alright. I think that's sounding okay. Next up is... not... Wait, that... Well, I'm doing nothing to those. There's another collaborator. Okay, not that much. just hear a high-ass bend just poke out with the reverb. Okay, wow, nice to see. I'm actually not doing probably negative 22.8. You can't see that, but that's what that said. All right. Oh, you motherfucker. Negative 22.8. It's like we're 6'6" Samus. Anyway, let me compare how that's supposed to sound. Send everybody else like that to negative 22.8. Cool. And I'll just let you hear this while I'm doing this. Let's see, negative 22.8. You actually have a separate boss. Wait, dude? No, you don't. No, I'm an idiot. Also need to do something about that first rack tom that's screaming at me for some reason. And one more. Holy shit. Okay. What happened to it? Where did it go? Actually, should that one go to, should that one go to that one or the other one? We'll try it. Where does this guy even play? Okay, it's the da-da-da-da stuff. It needs to be automated. And this guy, turn it up. That's kind of funny that that one is called the lead, whenever it really is not the lead at all. There really isn't a lead to be played here. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. A little more. Why is it getting quieter as I turn the volume up? Also, thank you. Crank. So just out of curiosity, I have noticed no change. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll crank it. We'll leave it cranked. Yeah, that is strange. Alright, well, we'll do it this way and we'll turn it down. Oh, that would be why. Oh, I'm stupid. Wait, no. Hang on. Lead guitar bus. You're going to the lead guitar bus, which is going here. What's going on? There it is. Why did that take so long? Right now. Oh, yeah. That was weird. I hope the ceiling stays up. I have been in an experience where the ceiling was not up. Wouldn't recommend it. It's not all it's cracked up to be, having the ceiling down. Alright, and then... Cool. Alright, good deal. There's that. And then the last measure... Oh, don't fall. Yeah, balance is still okay with that one. Okay. Let's see. What else needs to be adjusted? Do drums sound okay? No, really, actually, let's check the final section because... Maybe it needs just a little bump here. So we'll do... I mean, it's a background element, but we'll give it like 2 decibels a boost. That's the wrong track, you idiot. The acoustic guitar, not the freaking... Oh yeah, nice and lush. Yeah, yeah, I like that. There we go. Although you guys need... Neat, guys. Cool. You let that out all the way through. Yeah, happy cheer node day. Oh, man. Good job, choir. You held that note out so much I thought you were trumpet players. Holy shit. You too, string players. That are totally players and not just MIDI-controlled instruments, because why the hell would I have real people do it and I have machines? Oh boy, alright, where do you need to actually shut up at? And thank you. You need to be going down, like, immediately. That one, and then that one. Let's see, how does that sound? Really, you need to be all the way off by this point-ish. Go there. And one more time. And shoosh. There we go. Alright, that takes care of that one. It's weird that that was not already a thing. I hope I'm not, like, looking at the wrong file. See. No, I'm looking at the right one. Alright. Sometimes I save, like, different versions of, like, a project file in case I'm gonna, like, try to do some experimental crap. You know, I have some kind of backup, but, I guess I didn't with this one. Which makes sense, because this was the easiest one to mix, like, even when I first started it. Alright. Have some more popcorn now. Ow. Alright, I do want to check the bridge section post guitar solo. Where's the guitar solo? I can't see. I can't read. There's bridge. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe just a tiny bit more of that piano. Just a smidge. Like, where are we sitting at right now? 0.6, maybe we just go up to a full added dB, maybe? Maybe go up even another little bit. Yeah, always important to have the backups, and nice thing, Reaper actually has like this whole like function dedicated to it. Like that's what this program is called. There's this like save alternate version of project. You know, you can go ahead and just mess around with it whatever you want, and then hit that save button instead of the other save button. Gotta be careful though, because yeah, all of the save project options I have are all right next to each other, so don't mess. Alright, let's try that again. Yep, I like that. That works. Alright, In case you're wondering why there's a random MIDI here and then real player. This is a real player. This is a friend of mine, and then this is me. These exist in two different sections because I'm an idiot. And when I was transcribing the part for him, I left out two measures here somehow. And I also left out like an extra measure all the way at the end of his part. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I think I need to go get something to drink. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this play through. I should be back before it's done. So give me just a second. I will be right back. Oh wait, hang on. I know she said something. Yeah, I've been doing it for a hot minute. I've been working in this plugin in particular since like 2010, and even then I was working like with basic audio production stuff like Audacity. I made songs in Audacity back in the day. But yeah, anyway, okay, all right, we'll be right back. Here you go. All right, I'm back. Oh, I am harsh on myself, but like detrimental humor. Why? It's just my age. Don't worry about that. Thank you. Not that much. Not that much. Too much reverb. Oh, that's what I need to do. Hey, Patriot. I'm not even going to attempt your first name. Down just a little bit. Are you guys are you guys RPing in my chat? Is that what we're doing now? It's fine, just don't be weird. Okay. That's almost like right where I want it to be. I think I want to just see this section right here. Get this right. Why is the magnet off? Why is the magnet? Oh, the magnet is locked. That's why. Put this here. Get you here. You're gonna hear the annoying side, and you're not. That's good. Thank you for not doing that. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna get to see the more annoying side of audio production, because I'm gonna essentially just loop a section. I appreciate the kindliness, the civility, even. But no, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna loop this section, and it might be a little monotonous, but I'm trying to get the snare drum to sound right. Like it's almost there. Things just need just a little tweaking. So here we go. To be fair, it's like 16 whole bars, so it's a lot of music to loop. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's right. I think that's good. That's kind of funny. I can't actually get the full the full sound of the drums unless they're all completely going. Anyway. Oh no, we could be really annoying. Or my favorite. Yeah. Fun stuff. Now, alright, that one is good enough, I think, for me to do a test render, so that'll be another one off the checklist. Let's go do another one. We've only been going for like an hour, that's insane to me. And restart the process all over again, because that's just what audio production is. Alright, where are we at? Let's do this one. Everybody knows this one. I'm gonna go to this screen with the derpy face really quick to load up the project, so give me 1 second. It's not because there's anything like personal popping up on screen. I'm just worried if I don't run this in the background, it's gonna fuck up in a really weird way, and I don't want this program to crash. Because normally the program's stable, but you know, whenever you're capturing footage on your computer, things tend to fuck up at that point. How you guys doing on a what is today? A Tuesday? Tuesday afternoon, evening? Thank you. I drew the art myself. All right, we're back here. This is a song everybody knows that likes Touhou music. This is Maiden's Capriccio. This is Reimu's theme. I know it's National Cheerno Day, but unfortunately, we're not doing a Cheerno song this time. To be fair, I start my streams with a Cheerno song. That's good, guys. Good to hear you doing all right. Right. Oh, well, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right, we're making music. I think that's what we're doing. I think that's what they call this. Room reverb, plate reverb. That's good. What? Touhou music, the holiest of music. Snare bus, not to be confused with Airbus, and then cymbal bus, not to be confused with. I don't have a joke for that one. All right, let's get to copying and pasting, because that's how modern music is made, with the Control C and the Control V. You know, paste. Do that. Okay. Change color to red. And then you don't need to go to that track or that track. You need to go to snare bus. What did the Mongolian throat singers do? Did their throats break? Did they magically swap nationalities and no longer become Mongolian? This does not need to exist anymore. That one, and then okay. I think we're ready for the big copy paste, where everything just is gonna just break and not work. Guarantee it. Let's see. Snare comp goes to snare comp. I knew it. I get to do all this shit again. That one, and then oh, that's the only one that broke. Stupid shit again. Okay, great. I just realized you can't actually see what's coming in. I cannot have multiple sources with the same destination. Horse shit, you can't. Wait, why is that? No, what, did I misclick? That's not going to there. That's supposed to go to... Oh, shit. Whoops. Create new track for that one. And then send 3 on track 49. What are you supposed to be? Probably that one. Probably that. I'm trying to do this quick so you can actually see what's going on. And get back to the music making. Alright, hi-hat needs to go to cymbal bus. Cymbal bus. Bus of cymbals. Must be a horrible, horrible bus to be on. Go over every bump, and it's just the loudest song in the known universe. The loudest sound in the known universe. Alright. This one's gonna be a motherfucker. Because usually my tom-heavy songs are... kind of a bitch to get. I may have to load up a separate project that is also rack tom heavy and do it, because the first, like, several bars of this is nothing but, like, toms. Alright. Let's try it. Just the loudest snare crack in the known universe. Alright, that one and that one. Send these two over. Not the worst thing, to be honest with you. That's very close to balanced. Alright. Yep, that is definitely an synthesizer. Get out of here. Room reverb, turn that down to negative 22.8 specifically. Oh, you motherfucker. Not 8.5, 8. Same thing for you. Negative 22.8. What is that? Why is that there? Change all of these to that. Why doesn't this one have a delay send? That's just wrong. Tell you what. Go over to... Because you guys seriously just have no context for what's going on here, so... Give me a little second. We're gonna swap some stuff. Transition that to there. Oh god. Go back that way. Back that way. There we go. Alright, now you should be able to have some context. What the hell I'm doing. Let me see. That work? That works. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, so you need a delay bus send. You need a reverb to the room. That's negative 22.8. Just wanted to make sure you guys aren't missing any of this exciting audio production content, you know, where I set up sends and other shit. 2.8. Very complex, indeed. Very music. Very audio production. Start doing it this way. This is a little bit faster. Boop. Boop. And then delay. Now I'm doing this way. Normally I would just send the whole bus right here. All of these tracks go into this thing to have like general processing put on it. I could just put them all, put this track into here, but I'm eventually gonna do different things with them. Like I might add some or take away, add and take away some of this reverb send. I'm not sure yet. Boop. That. Negative 22.8. Blah. And negative 22.8. Okay. That only took, what, 10 minutes? I think. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. Now, let's try it again. In fact, I can already tell that's probably way too much. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's what I haven't done. Oh, wait, no. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. You're going there. Why are you all the way over there? Get over here. I forgot to do the thingies where I put you in the right category. All right, but you don't need to be going to this guy. You need to go to... What was that? No, delete that one. You go to this one. Just punched me in the fucking face with it. Oh no, that's not right. Let me see. Yeah, you're not supposed to be going to the master. Damn. In case you didn't catch what just happened. So I send this into this track, which is a whole bunch of like compressors inside of this plugin right here. This is just compressors upon compressors upon compressors, so you get a really compressed and like slammed snare drum sound out of it, and you mix that with the normal sound to get like the big cracking snare you hear in metal. If I have this guy checked right here, it's going to go straight to the output track right here called the master track. It's not going to go to any of the processing beforehand before it hits that. So I just got punched in the face with my own snare drum. So, and yes, what is this? Do you mean what is this and what song is this? Okay, that's what you're... So this is pretty much Reimu's character theme, like the main character of the Touhou franchise. Or the series, excuse me. You hear it, it's mixed in with what is it called? The Lullaby of the Eastern Kingdom. That thing that you hear like in all the games. The actual way of it, the main melody that people know of is actually right here. Ah, okay. Sorry. It's a, one of those weird things about streaming is, the standard delay that's just on it. And, I have it set to low latency so I can actually try to talk to my chat. But when you're in the zone, then you just all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be engaging with a chat. Wait. Oh, you can't hear it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, damn it. I just realized why. I didn't put this plugin on. Hang on just a minute. Stop that. Back over here. Right, because OBS does not actually like know how to detect audio coming from this program, so we have to do interesting things like use this thing that can connect to a virtual audio cable, and then let OBS pick it up through that. There we go. Yep, okay, now we'll give context. Alright, there we go. So I need this guy, technically this guy? Yes? Yes, maybe? Oh, and these two. Take all of these and put them, paste them. Let's see, lead, rhythm, bass, keyboard. Yeah. Oh, this has completely screwed the balance up, and I am all here for it. Let's go. Let's see how screwed up you are. You're actually not that bad. Not bad at all. There's the fucky part. Yeah, there was the keyboard bus incident. Alright, now we'll try this out. This is the last song to be mixed on the whole album. I'm literally missing 11 measures from a collaborator. Once he gets me those, technically this track will be done, minus its, like, mix. This one is the one that needs the most work on it, so this is kind of more like a mixing workshop, kind of. Thank you, though. This one's fun, and technically speaking, probably like the general hardest one to play on the whole damn album. It's because of it's so fast and it's power metal and it's you know there's certain things that are expected when you write a song like that. They expect some horse shit. All right, let's balance out the bridge section. I'm gonna have to automate a hi-hat. That's fun. Where's everything? That's the problem. I was doing it again. Yes. Also to you. Oh, you know what? That probably also means, are you being sent to the master? No, I already checked that. You fucking idiot. Anything else being sent to the master track that shouldn't be getting sent? Because this sounds really weird. Let's see. You're being sent to the master. Why is that a thing? That's not supposed to happen. Are you guys being sent? You're not. You're not. Are you? You're not. You shouldn't be. You're the original drum bus. But you? No. You? No. Nope. And you. No. Misa don't think he so anyway. And thank you. So this part was, this whole song is a collaboration with me and a guy named Draskon. We're kind of both really into Dream Theater. And he was responsible for like the whenever it starts getting really synth heavy, he is playing all of the synths. Pretty much what I did, he sent me a drum track. I kind of altered it a little bit more to transition better, and I wrote the like little bit going into it and the exiting bit. But I'm pretty much following his writing on this part. But you know, I wrote the drums out for it, and I'm playing a lot of his stuff. So Dream Theater is a progressive metal band. They've been going since the 80s. And like really a lot of their styles we like ape on. Pretty much never everyone there's like, I guess the easiest way to describe it is like there's like prog and then progressive metal. Whenever someone says they're like a prog artist, usually it just means they're like a Dream Theater ripoff. Like their sound is like so. If you were to listen to them like now without context, but you've listened to some people that call themselves progressive metal and it's stuff like this, what you're hearing, you'll think it's like, this isn't really progressive. I've heard this stuff before. Yeah, because like we're all ripping off Dream Theater. But no, they're really good. Pretty much every single musician in that band is an insane musician. Just an insane player. And yeah, they are good boys. What was it, last year? Was it last year or was it 2 years ago? They got their old drummer back. Guy named Mike Portnoy. And then they released a new album with him. And it's pretty good. But yeah, definitely recommend of checking them out. Oh, they've got a lot of good ones. If I can recommend a few to just kind of get started, they're like one really big radio hit. It's a little older. It's called Pull Me Under. That album is Images and Words, and that one is like, that's just a really good album. But like specific tracks like Pull Me Under is good off of that one. Something a little bit newer. Try Panic Attack. Panic Attack is really good. And you've listened to enough of them, like enough of their tracks, I should say. You do like Honor Thy Father is another good one. Off their new album Midnight and Messiah is another good one. And of course, they have a song called The Dance of Eternity, which is a completely instrumental progressive metal song. It's like varying time signatures and tempo changes and style changes and stuff. But like, if you're not kind of prepared for that song, I would say listen to like their normal stuff, like the first few recommendations first. And then also something like Metropolis Part 1. That one is really like a prog progressive metal Dream Theater epic. That one switches all over the place. I've seen people listen to that song and actually get kind of mad at that song because it changes up so often. It was like, hey, that's the style, man. Right, let me try this again. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Oh, you're not going to the stereo bus. That's the problem. Well, Metropolis Part 2 was supposed to be like a whole album. Or with, no, shit, how does it go? Metropolis Part 2 was supposed to be, yeah, it was supposed to be its own album, but like progressive bands like to do these things called concept albums, so as soon as they take this whole thing, like just work off of this one idea, and it's not necessarily a music idea, but it's like, to give an example, they have an album called Octavarium, and every song on that album starts in a different key within an octave. So like an octave, there's like 8 notes. Technically there's 12 notes, but you have every song starts off as a different key. So Metropolis Part 2 was supposed to be a whole album, and it was going to be like a 20 to 30 minute long, kind of like a 2112 kind of thing from Rush, but their label wouldn't let them do it because Metropolis Part 2 was actually supposed to be Metropolis Part 2, The Dance of Eternity, and that was supposed to be the name of the album. So a lot of the ideas from Metropolis Part 1, and then a lot of the ideas in the Dance of Eternity song were in that. So essentially, The Dance of Eternity is Metropolis Part 2. Alright, let's keep going with this stuff, though. Alright, and now we got this thing routed. Ah, that's where it is. There it is. There's the snare crack. Nice. Alright. Let's So I got that in there. What else needs to go? What else needs to happen? What else needs to happen? We'll do one last, we'll go from here. And I just wanna see if I got the, between the loud section. I'm hearing some pumping in the cymbals for some reason. Let's see if the pumping is gone. Listen to the cymbals. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I have wondered about that question. Not the second half of that question, but I have always kind of wondered is like I wonder what would what they would think if they ever heard like not just like the Touhou music in general, but like all of the Dojin fan music that it's sprouted. Like that whole ecosystem of just arrangements. I wonder what they would think of that. Yeah. Boys, we're running out of things to do. That's kind of as far as I wanted to take this one. So I guess we'll do a thing again. Let's see, project tab. This is the main reason why I need to do this. So back to Derpy. Yeah, it is almost kind of like a fun thought experiment. It's like, man, what would the classical composers and like the giants of today think of like our dumb little internet music that we're doing? To be fair, a lot of them have heard that kind of stuff. You know, those artists are those old school composers were very progressive in their days with their musical writing. And that's why we regard them as greats. Let's see, where's another one? Yeah, we'll do this one, and then we'll end the night with this one. So, I got one more track that I can work on. Because it's really the only other track left that has, like, metal drums on it. They probably would. You're probably close to right on that one, right? Oh yeah. You know, that's mostly due to Zun's classical training. Well, I mean, like not as I don't know if he actually went to college on music or anything like that. But I know growing up he was a guitar, trumpet and guitar player. Much like myself, actually, I was a trumpet player in school, so you know he did receive some form of classical training. Just wasn't sure not sure how far he went through that. Right. All right. Here's another one. Why are all the tracks offline? There we go. Let's go ahead and do the thingy where we stop this one. We stop the key from turning. Just like the grave mind wanted. Do dish. Do dish. Do dish. Alright. This is like probably the most obnoxiously modern metal sounding track writing wise. And it sounds like dish. And this totally isn't me checking to make sure the thing actually works. It is not working. Why is it not working? Oh, because I had a file selected. This one. There we go. Yeah, that's what that sounds like. That one is very obviously I'm playing an 8-string guitar for that one. Right, we're gonna take this and what is this, round 4 now of well, no, this is the round 4 of fixing the tracks, but this is round 3 of doing this stupid shit. Room reverb. Plate reverb. Reverb. New track. New track. Turn off the master sends right now before you do something stupid. Snare bus. Cymbal bus. Put it like that. Make them red. Boop. Alright. Well, man. No, not they don't get two you know, they don't get 2 views, just me. Alright, let's go ahead and do some of the basic stuff for now. Take the plate reverb away. Where's the other plate reverb? There you are. Because you don't need to go to the plate, you need to go to the room at negative 22.8. That is on negative, isn't it? Yeah. Negative 22.8. Boop. Negative 22.8. Boop. Negative 22.8. Boop. And really, I need... No, actually, I guess I stopped doing that. I was doing this thing early on in this production, the production of this album, where I would have 2 of the first harmony guitars. So here's lead 1, then lead 2 is technically a harmony track, right? And lead 3 is also another harmony track. I would have 2 of these panned left and right for equal stuff, for balancing reasons, I guess, but really it's doing the exact same thing, just have it, oh my god, having them panned in the center. Excuse me. Got that. Take you to the delay. 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 And delay. Wait. He doesn't even play on this track. Why are these tracks here? Yeah, these don't even need to be here. I think, right? That I didn't see any tracks on them. No, there's nothing there, so they don't need to be here. He doesn't even go here. Alright. There's that. Then we'll go over here. Nothing goes to the plate. In fact, these three can go here. Room reverb. And room reverb. And room reverb. 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 That's what we're doing. Reverb. And it looks like that one was actually 2.8. That one at least was like that. Plate negative 25.1. Excuse me. There we go. Do the same thing. This is what audio production looks like in big 2025. Should say 20 negative 25.1. There we go. Okay. And you. Okay. Let's start doing all the drum shit now. Oh, give me that. Snare comp. All right. That should be ready. Do the big copy and paste. What is this stuff? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, there's an E-kit in this. For the first time, it looks like it's going to do this properly. Everything looks right. I can't believe it. Alright, what are you? Send 3 on snare. Should be the snare bus. That one. And then hi-hat goes to cymbals. Cymbal bus. There you go. Okay. Oh, jeez. Did you catch that lag? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be funny. I have a feeling. No, wait, no. I do dish. All these go like that. Really, just do. Hang on. Yeah, I'll copy all of these. So another big copy paste. Reverb. Paste the room plate. Lead. Clean. Scanning. 1 moment. Done. Alright. Oh, fingers crossed. Don't crash. I'll cry. Alright, good deal. Alright. It's for shits and giggles. Let's see if that magically worked. I'll take that as a big old no. No, that did not just magically work. Alright. Oh, shit. That's a lot of fucky. That's a lot of fucky stuff. Let's see. So where is this guy going? Where is this guy going right now? These are all going into the drum bus. Let's just start with these. It is a fun song, though. It is a very fun song. And I know why you think it does, because of this stupid-ass riff right here. Good stuff. Alright, let's start balancing all the funny stuff. You sound like doo-doo. Oh man, that sucks to fix. All this sucks to fix because you're still being sent to the master track for some reason. That's smart. What else? What is all in there? I'm sorry. We'll start that from right here. Another instance of why are you here? This one. Don't need these 6 tracks. Sorry about the stutter. I had to... Yeah, that's definitely a realistic drum part. Randomize these. Randomizing again, give me a timing bias. There we go. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I'm glad you like it. I was wondering since you... Yeah, I'm definitely a big shot music producer guy. Does it get tired to edit music? Do you mean like physically or like figuratively? Like, do I get bored? Well, I mean, I guess I could just infer that you meant like more like physically. Yes, you can burn yourself out if you're listening to like your tracks way too loud. Your ears can get shot, which pretty much for us it'd be like your high-end frequencies, like used to hearing like the higher end stuff, like for cymbals and stuff, they'll start sounding kind of muffled for like just out of nowhere. And you'll be able to tell really easily because once the music stops, like the general like noise in your room, like my PC's fan or like an air conditioning or something that's going, will sound kind of muffled. I was like, oh yeah, no, we need to stop for today. Yeah, and really that's the trick to it. If you're doing like super long mixing sessions, which I have done, you have to remember to take breaks or else your ears will be shot. And then also the main one is just not listening to things way too loud. Like right now, really, this sounds like loud music, but for me it's, you know, I have the volume turned down on this, so I can still hear everything. Like it's loud enough where I can hear all of the parts. But like I'm not like blasting this stuff out. So that's kind of the trick to that one. You know, not losing your hearing and all that. And I have to be extra careful anymore because my day job is really kind of like construction sites. It's kind of what I usually end up working on when things get pretty loud in there. So ear protection is the most important thing. Especially if you are ever going to be an audio like engineer, hobbyist, or like as a professional, ear protection. People will make fun of you for it. Let them. They can go deaf by the time they're 30. But you know, your ears will still work. I'm just gonna check. This randomly on my page, I want to know if you were know who you were since I wasn't familiar until I saw King DD Jazz so random on YouTube to recommend me. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, Bunny. Yeah, so you saw the King DD Jazz thing. Holy shit, it's been a hot minute since that was made. It has been a very long time since that thing is made. Oh, man. You know, something funny, for the longest time, that was the top rated, like, video on my channel by views. Like, even in the days whenever I, like, completely switched over to doing, like, real instruments and stuff like that, that one was still on top of everything. It finally got toppled by, I think a Hat in Times, one of my Hat in Time tracks. And then, Kingdom Hearts, which that one has a funny story behind it. Everybody hated that one until this year, apparently. Yeah. How's it going? So, yeah, we don't really, I don't really have like the jazz suite of stuff anymore. I have kind of moved on to more like, standard rock and metal stuff. Although we do some classical stuff now. That's fun. But that's not what we're working on right now. This is a very, very, very modern metal sounding track. I used to love Kirby remixes too, way back in the day. I think, I think that's probably Smash Brothers' fault. You know, never forget the Super Smash Brothers Brawl version of Gourmet Race. The absolute legendary remix that is that track. All right, let's try to balance this thing back out again. Let's see. I think we got it. Boys, I think we got it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's real funny. All right, I'm gonna let a little bit of this play because this is a relatively unheard one, and I'll give a little teaser. We might I mean, it's been 2 hours, but I might be able to fit another one in. We'll see. What is a what is a yokai but a demon with extra steps and a personality and way too much fan art? Juno can't lose Dawn today. It's her special day. It's not her birthday, but it's her day. Alright, man. Everything else you've heard. Yeah. The sun will never set on Gensokyo. Yeah, it did that like once, and it like wanted to stay for like a whole game. We can't do that again. We've had too much nighttime. Way too much nighttime. Reimu's had enough. We're not allowed to have nighttime again, or technically winter. Because, you know, some damn tree spirit decided to steal the spring once. Alright, so that's that one. Tell you what, we'll do one more, or we'll start one more. I probably won't get this one done because this one is a weird one. This one is a genre mesh. Let me go to the derpy screen. Hang on, while that loads in. I think this version. That's all that's playing in Reimu's head. Just Here Comes the Sun. Except all the instruments are replaced with Zoompits. Oh god, please don't crash. There's a lot of tracks in this one. Yeah, only Scorching Sun. You're also not allowed to go underground either. Nope, that's just not allowed. Groundhog's Day is canceled in Gensokyo. Remember what happened last time. Alright, this one is, another PC98 game. This one is, god damn it, what is it? Pod. Pod D. Phantasmagoria of Dimensional Dream. There we go. Yeah, sure. Alright, this one is a genre mesh. This one is a metal / Eurobeat track. And it currently sounds... Tell you what, I'll play you the chorus of this one. Where is the chorus of this one? Where is the chorus of this one, actually? It's the part that goes da 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 da. I think this is it. Yeah. That is not it. Okay. That is it, but you guys can't hear that. Just a second. I keep forgetting to do that. God damn it. How about now? Well, that was weird. What the hell was that? There it is. That's what that currently sounds like. You can definitely see you can see all the VTuber models bobbing their heads to that one. Alright. Here we go again. Hang on, what is that? Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I see what that is. Never mind. It's like, what's this hissing noise in the background? I have a noise generator on this one to make the whooshes, the like riser sound effects. It's like, right, the where are they at? Right, so it's just a noise generator in the background that's being manipulated to get the riser sound effect. To me, because it can sound insanely good or just sound like hyper breakcore. Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. Eurobeat is actually like one of the hardest genres to produce in, but once you figure it out, you can produce one out like that. Like it's not even funny. Like in terms of like production, like writing the song itself is still like as difficult as any other song, but like getting the production down is like the hardest damn thing. And it's all because we obsess over a certain sound, right? Where's the brass for this thing? Where's the brass? Is this the brass? Where is that? Seriously, actually, where is that thing? Oh, wait, probably in here. There it is. There it is. Yeah, this guy. Getting this synthesizer made is like the hardest work. Right, the Euro brass, the getting that thing done. Because if you don't get that, like half the sound is like, bro, like you can do it with other ones. I've done it before, but it like to get the effect of it is like the hardest part. But yeah. All right, Emperor Creeper, have a good night. Thanks for coming by, hanging out for as long as you did. Seriously, very appreciate it. So have yourself a good night. I'm gonna set this track up. So this is the pain in the butt. Uh, actually, I think about it. Are you do you do any kind of music production? Anything? Are you a music enjoyer mostly? What is this? Room reverb. And then plate reverb. Okay, and then I need 2 more tracks. Snare bus and cymbal bus. Really getting the brass like mixed in there isn't the bad thing. It's just actually like creating the sound is the hardest part, because you really do need like a dedicated, like decently high-end kind of like synthesizer for it. I bought Massive. Massive used to be like the industry standard. It went on sale for like $30 last year, and I immediately grabbed it because last time I like looked at the price for this thing, it was like in the hundreds before then. But yeah, you really do need like a decent high-end synthesizer. Like I used to use the one called Surge. Actually, this it's right here. This is Surge. It's completely free. It's open source. It can get you kind of there. I mean, like this preset here is called Brassy, and it's all right. No, I'm not gonna say it's bad. It will definitely get the job done. Matter of fact, it sounds like this. I mean, come on, when you got this. Oh God. Uh. I mostly enjoy music since for me, I like all types of music besides country. I can never like country, I know. Oh yeah. Old country I'm okay with. Modern country I can't stand. It's just pop music with modern yeehaws and lowly sort white people behavior. Yeah, that's my noise generator. So what that is this mess of automation down here. By itself, it sounds like this. Yeah. And that's your we have riser effect at home. Alright, getting back to where we were. Let's see where. How much of this shit is actually what I need and how much of it is not? Okay, I think drum verb is where our stuff starts. So we'll get rid of that one. And then we need a track right here called snare comp. Yeah, this will definitely be the last track that we do. Yeah. You know, some games of that era all use that kind of effect. Like, I mostly associate, like, specifically that effect, like that sound that I got out of that one, with the first Kingdom Hearts game. Because, you know, like, all of, like, the flyover shots and, like, the beginning and the end, they all had that whoosh kind of a sound effect with them. And that's always for some reason just what I get. I mean, it is also back in the day, that was how you made wind sound effects. Like when you had to like produce all of your own stuff, you know, you can just recording wind is kind of hard to do. So that used to be the way they do it with noise generators. You take a white noise generator and then you EQ the crap out of it and automate that EQ, and that gives you, you know, whooshing sounds. That gives you if you chop it up, you get the Transformers transforming sound from like the 80s and 90s cartoons. I figured that one out really fun. That I figured that one out pretty early on. Um, Also, Sonic's spin dash in the old games is completely just white noise. And yep, they all sound the same because they're usually just noise generators. Like a noise generator is like a generic thing, right? Because noise is typically categorized in like by colors. Like this is a pink noise generator. I think, and all it is noise. All that noise generators do is they produce a signal. Ugh. Oh my god, sorry. They produce a signal at at all frequencies along the frequency spectrum at different levels. So like white noise is I think white noise is every frequency. Pink noise is more of a rolled off on the high end. Brown noise, and then brown noise is the other one. It's, you know, funny. We can make all the jokes we want about that one. Um, that one is actually supposed to be like a balanced thing. Yeah, and I mean, they don't really mean anything. Like the colors don't really represent anything outside of like what kind of signal is being sent through the generator at the or sent through the frequency spectrum, right? All right. Let's see. Are we ready for the big coffee taste? Oh, jeez. There's one thing though. You don't need to be on the plate reverbs. You need to be on the room reverbs. So let me go ahead and mix that in real quick. Yeah, okay. That's their sound fun. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Start off doing these. I'll copy the other ones over later. We'll get these three mixed properly. Paste, snapshot. Room, room, plate, plate, snare, snare, drum, drum, cymbal, cymbal. Yep. Okay, that's right. Thing goes quast. I have been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So through the week, my stream schedule is as such. I do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and my audience is completely split between the weekend crowd and the weekday crowd, because on the weekdays, Tuesday and Thursday, I start streaming at 8 p.m. My time. And I do that because I work a 9 to 5. That usually means I'm getting home somewhere in between 4 and 6 o'clock. So that's just kind of why I end up doing that. And Saturday, I stream starting at 2 p.m. Because usually I can do longer streams at that one. So the reason why I sound tired is because it's currently 10:12 p.m. At night right now for me. And, you know, right now I'm doing a thing at work where we have to get up. We leave the place an hour earlier than we normally do. Normally we leave at 7, and we're leaving at 6 because our place of work the last few weeks have been like an hour and 10 minutes away. So we're having to drive away. So yeah, that's kind of the big, that's the main reason there. Let's see, turn off the master send. And I mean, like, typically I'm a night owl. So, damn it. I'm a night owl, starts yawning, right? No, but typically I'm actually a night owl, so I'm used to being up in the middle of the night. Like usually on weekends, I don't go to bed until like 1 or 2 in the morning. So that's usually why, even when I'm tired and yawning, I can still halfway operate in here. And it does help that someone is in here talking to me. Ah! Alright, so we got those copied over. Let's copy over the drums just in general now. And hope for the best. Unselect that, and that. I don't need those. Copy this. And copy this. Paste. Snapshot. Let's see. Yes, that all looks right. Alright, then you need to go into your bus. Snare bus. And then cymbal bus. Fingers crossed. There we go. Alright. Time to mix this shit. I do. Sometimes I do actually do that. I'll have a guy in call with me. It just kind of depends on everybody's schedule. Like the guy I was talking about. The guy I was talking about with this song, I'm not sure if you were here for this one, but we're both kind of like big like Dream Theater fans, and we collabed on this song. Actually, is like he's probably my best friend at this point. The amount of times I've talked to this man, but no, he's super cool. His name's Draskon. He is a smaller content creator like me, and musician like me, but he's going through some things right now, some medical related things. So we fly solo for a little bit, which is fine. If anything else, it helps me. God damn it, it helps me get back into trying to be entertaining. Because fun fact, before I have the job I was at now, I used to be a tour guide. I used to be a tour guide, and I'm heavily introverted. I don't know how I managed to do that. So, you know, talking to upwards of like 40 people at a time while giving a tour, or the worst part of orientating a group of like 250 people. That's really fun. That's not nerve-wracking at all. And I've taken my last drink of tea, so yeah, we definitely need to finish this stuff up. Okay, let's start doing this noise, because this is always fun. Sending all these to the room reverb. 22.8. Boop. 22.8. And I'm doing this because I might want to add reverb or take some of it away. There's already not a whole lot on it. Now as a whole, it's being sent. These tracks are being sent specifically to this track right here to have this reverb put on it. So I'm just going to put everything on it and how it's normally defaulted to for me. It might work, it might not work. We don't want to not send it to it, because if we don't, the track will lose its sense of cohesion, and it will sound like everything's in a different space and not the same space, which is not good for audio stuff. Yeah, tour guide ain't introverted. Dang, I would have broken my speech handling like every 10 seconds. Oh no, my first tours were painful. I will be completely honest. They sucked. I was always like super nervous and like I didn't really know how to like do filler stuff. Um, or like put sentence fillers in. Um, stuff like I didn't know how to like I hadn't figured out my own humor yet at that point either, like what humor worked for me, which fun fact, it's dry, usually self-detrimental stuff. Um, like it was for what could I say that wouldn't give away too much? So there's a lot of sports car or like car museums in the United States, and I worked for one of them as a tour guide. And we had one that was like they were running a special exhibit, um, and they had a car from a that was a different company's car. This museum was specific to a car company, and like it was just like right at the end of it, and it's because the car was built like in that state. So like I get through with the tour and it's like, okay, do I address the elephant in the room? Why is this thing here? Like this is not supposed to be here. Right. So like I eventually figured out that I could keep the humor just really dry and it would work well for like I guess the way I look and like the way I talk. So that was probably the thing that helped me out the most. But until I figured that stuff out, God no, my tours were just awful. Okay, time for the scary part. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. You go all the way to the master track. Alright, let's try that again. Actually, was the lead guitars even playing there? Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. All right. All right, let's fix the general mixing now. So I got these, this one, and these two. Copy these. And oh, this is gonna screw with the balance. But it needs to get done. Make music getting into creation of music because I don't think I'm the right person. Not be demotivated after a mistake that might ruin the project. Speaking from experience, I cannot count on I cannot count the amount of times I've actually done that. You kind of just get used to doing it. But I definitely understand, like, if it's not someone's prerogative, you know, mistakes are definitely like a demotivating thing, and especially with something like most art forms, like our traditional arts of like drawn or like screen acting or like acting in general or music arts, they're all delayed satisfaction kind of mediums, right? So like you're gonna suck at no matter what you do. You'll have a general kind of amount of talent in it, but for like your own standards, you're gonna suck hard for like the longest time. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, people don't say I suck anymore. I mean, I don't think I'm that great, but apparently I'm decent at it now. And then a little bit longer later, like, okay, I guess I know what I'm doing now. Which is kind of what the point I'm at anymore, like with my playing. And really my audio production too. Um, okay. Oh, this is gonna be bad. All right, brace for impact. Yep, I had a feeling this was going to be a pain in the ass to mix. What's going on over here? So this isn't even going to anything. That's a problem. Oh, this also isn't doing... Okay, hang on. Hang on. That might be the problem. So you're not going anywhere is the whole reason why that sucked. There's the kick. There's the thing. Alright, man. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to see you again. Seriously. I think I might actually be hitting the road too, because I think I've hit a point where I'm now starting to miss things. So it might be time to actually stop for the night, which in other words means set all the last 4 things we've done to render and then go to bed. All right. Have a good night. And if anybody's watching from a VOD, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming out. Well, thanks for not really coming out. Thanks for making it this far. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it from here. So have yourselves a great day, great night, wherever, and take care. Bye-bye. That's a Dark Souls. That's not supposed to be there. Let's try that again. Bye-bye.